Okay. Hi. We should be back live. There we go. So, it is currently 1 p.m. I should have roughly almost 5 hours to just hammer on all these different M's and baselines and experiments. I think that the major goal right now is going to be to get all or as many as possible of the M's to have a single score metric that is normalized from 0 to 1 to get reasonable defaults for all the different M's so that we can then, with one script, run all the M's and get scores out of 1 on one plot, and then even get a combined plot. So that will give us a very robust comparison between these M's and other stuff. That's going to be the goal. Welcome YouTube folks, welcome Twitch folks. So should just be some chill dev, some chill experimenting, and yeah, this should put us in a pretty good spot for tomorrow, because if we get all this done, then I will be very well set up to do either experiment side stuff or like new algorithm stuff. Usually I try to make Saturday like a long, like deep dive algorithm day or whatever, or deep dive eng day. So this should set us up pretty well for that. Because there is one bug right now that I'm pretty sure exists in the experience buffer that we're going to have to fix before we can do a ton of new stuff, and this should help with that. Okay, so let's get started with it. I believe we have Enduro working. Yes, this has normalized score. The one thing that I would like to do, if I could, is reorder these so that they show up in a better order. Do you think reinforcement learning will be as much useful and efficient like other machine learning techniques, or can it surpass them? Different use cases for things. I think it is very, very likely that reinforcement learning is going to be essential for long-term AI progress. Recent use of RL even on LLMs would suggest I'm right on that. The thing that is yet to be determined is whether we will need like RL of the type that I'm doing completely separate from LLMs. I still think it is very likely that we will. And even if I'm wrong there, I think that the type of work I'm doing now is a really, really effective way to develop new general purpose RL techniques. Like I can basically do experiments here that would otherwise require 1000x the compute because of how fast everything is. It's also really a great way to just get open source involvement, right? It's really easy for people to get involved with Puffer doing it this way. Okay. It goes like this, right? So what do we think? Probably normalized score is the most important metric. We do like maybe this. Normalized score, return length. I think that's good. So if I recompile this, we should see stats cleanly. Pong doesn't report stats very frequently, though. That's the other thing I want to do, is I want to change it so we get like consistent printouts. I don't think I have to change anything on the end side for that, though. I think that that's just, I have to make it so that when you get stats to the dashboard, they continue in place there. Okay, normalized score, return, length, and then this n at the bottom doesn't super matter, right? I could technically just make it so that you have to have all these attributes, right? And then we don't need any of this. I think we'll think about that after, though. I think we'll do it this way first. We'll manually define all these different things, and then later we'll see whether it makes sense to have like a default log that just does all this for you. But I think that this will be good for now. So I think that the only thing that'll be a little tricky with what I'm doing right now, there are a few environments where it's kind of tough to think of a normalized score metric. Other than that, this should be pretty straightforward. So plan is just to jam on this. This will probably take me an hour or two to get all the M's the way I like them. So happy to answer random RL questions and stuff in the meantime. We're really trying to start scaling to more contributors as well. I'm looking into acquiring much more hardware for essentially to give contributors access to like real training compute. But I do have to wait for the tariff prices to come down a little bit first because the machines are expensive right now. Way too many metrics in Enduro, I'd say. I'll chat with like the authors of all these M's about like which metrics are actually useful. There is such a thing as too many metrics. When you have stuff that's not useful, it's if you have a metric that you basically there's no point in ever looking at, you're better off not having it, is what I would say. That's breakout. Cool. Um, does it make sense to call it normalized score when it's not always going to be? Because some of these things, like this one, right? This score metric is not actually what we're normalizing, right? The actual metric that matters is like days completed or whatever. Is there a better thing we could call this? It's a little misleading, right, to call it normalized score if it's not actually based on the score always. You know what? Let's see if dumb LLM can come up with random thing. I have a metric called score in RLMs. I want to define 0-1 normalize metric often, but not always. Score. Don't want to call normalize. Not always. Up with good names. Perf. Stat is nothing. Perf is good, but perf is like... What do we think about perf? Performance? Or just perf? I think that's better, right? Just call it perf. I try not to spend too long on naming things, but sometimes it's useful. What other M's? Okay. That will break if you make that an int. I don't know what max score is in Blastar. 5 times player max lives. So we do, let's see what this does. What did I mess up? It should be perf. I'm thinking what the hard environments are going to be for this. A lot of the ones that don't have like clean score have win rate or something that we can use instead. There are a few like Rware, I guess, where it's a little tricky. Not that hard though. So this should now have perf. Perfect. Yeah, so we can actually make it so score doesn't have to be a mandatory variable, right? We can make it so like if it's win rate, it can just be win rate or whatever. But we still need two metrics, right? Because one has to be normalized. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. So blaster breakout, 6 cart pull. This does not have a binding function. So I guess not all of them are bound yet, right? That is working on that for us. Even stuff as simple as like cart pull can be really useful, frankly. Like it's just like a classic task and now we have it. So, thanks Bet for that. So this here is not, okay, I forgot that I actually do have to adjust. If we have Scython, I actually do have to adjust this. Because, Yeah, this log here. Python will pick up changes and just redo for us. That's nice. Perf score, return and length. Perfect. Oops. Connect 4. This does not have N. I think that does it. We have to add this to Python. And then Python just picks it up for us. We are getting rid of Python, but Bet is working on that. The new binding system is like way easier than Python. I don't hate Python. It's like nice for what it is, but we kind of just have better now. I forgot to do anything with perf, didn't I? Wait, what? Oh. Score. There we are. I don't like that it can be negative. Does that matter? It doesn't super matter, right? Kinda does, actually. It's not FABZF. What am I doing? It should just be like... something like that. No. That not recompile or something? Oh, player win. Duh. There we are. So now, perf is a different number, and we'll go up to 1. Very nice. So then technically not everything has to have score, right? It can have a different metric. I can probably put bet on that. That would be good. Okay, do any of these other ones, I think Pong would potentially have screwed this up, right? Yeah, okay, so I'm a little concerned with Pong. Because I think perf is probably going to be screwy here. Score. Yeah, this can be negative, right? So we should just do something like this, right? And then this will give you percentage of points won. Pong is just really long games, I guess. It takes a while to log. There you go. So this should hit 1. Or close to 1. Yeah, there it is. That's 1. So breakout should work. Blastar. I think Blastar works. I'll ask Bet on that one. Cartpole works. Cartpole work? That looks good, right? So connect 4. We just fixed. CPR. I haven't really played with this end yet. We got this one submitted in a PR relatively recently. May as well fix it real quick. How many agents is it per? Is it like 3 agents per or something awkward? Oh, it's 8 agents, right? So 8 agents. We want 4096 total, so we want 2048 in here. So divide by 4 is 256, I believe. Oh, but they put 12 agents in here. Is there a reason it needed to be 12? 12 is an awkward number. Can I just do 8? Okay, what's wrong? Seed. It's easy. Okay, so this gets score and moves or whatever. We'll just check source. This is missing a bunch of stuff. Float perf. So interesting. This also needs n. Okay, so then this is n logs of I. Reward agents. Yeah, this is not how logging should work. Yeah, this is absolutely not how logging should work. Let me see how logs is allocated. Logs. Okay, yeah, this is very screwy. This is a cool end though, so I would like to have this working. Oh, here it is. Agents. No, this is fine. We just have to, they're just using the log buffer wrong. Okay, that's totally fine. That's a lot easier than what I thought. It is allocated correctly, it's just getting used wrong. So this is reset, resets logs, that's fine. Reward agents near. This is fine, this is not. This is fine, this is fine. That's crazy that he got a seeding issue with the card. I guess the end doesn't reset or whatever. Oh, so he gives it reward when the agent gets food because the end never resets, right? Okay, hang on, that is different. How are we gonna do that? Because I can define a score and a reward with that, but how do we define perf? It's the same problem as RWare, right? You want like minimum time to get food, but it's that's slightly obnoxious. I guess if we look at all the ends that we have, right? So Blaster, these ones you can just normalize reward. Go is win rate, Grid is win rate, Mob is win rate, Neural MMO 3 has a rough max score. Pong has a max score. This one's not done. This one's not done. Rware is the same problem as this one. Snake's kind of hard, but we can kind of just arbitrarily define a max score. Square does a max score. This one's not done. This one's not done. This one has the win rate. This one has the exact same problem. And this one has... So, okay. So the only one that we have 3 problem M's, and they all have the issue that the reward is basically go get the thing, and how well you're doing is how quickly do you get the thing, right? How do we handle that? I mean, one thing we could do is just like estimate a minimum time. That's not amazing. That would be the punt though, right? Is we just like guess a minimum amount of time. How would I do this on like Snake, for instance? You really don't know what the max score is, right? I think we punt on it for now. We just like we just pick one. Okay, so they were actually correct then in these, the way that they're logging here. So then we do add log, and then this is also what add log. Perfect. Okay, so now score is 1. And then perf will just be... I guess 1 over the episode length is the really easy one, right? But that's going to be like a stupidly low number. I could do it that way for now, to be honest. I don't like it that way, though. What is a good score function? Damn it. It could just be 1 minus a fraction of the episode length. That's better, isn't it? Yeah, let's do it that way. That's a pretty good one, right? Yeah, that's pretty good. That'll like produce a reasonable curve, I think. Let me try this. And we have to collect. This has Python, right? Yeah, it has Python. Okay, and then this actually gets worse over time, but it's because of the env dynamics. Cool. I think this will work generally, and this should produce something clean for like hardware and other stuff. Did we do go? I don't think we did go yet correctly. We were really close to doing go. Yeah, so this wants, we want to put this here. Don't need win rate. And actually this fits perfectly. The heck happened here, man? Holy. Um, oh, this is just log buffer things. Yep. Paste this. This is kind of just doing like environment janitor work, but it's chill. And this actually like meaningfully improves the usability of Puffer as well. So it's quite good. Oh, is this not winning? Hang on. Oh, we know it isn't winning though, right? 30% of games. Oh, did Go kind of just start working? Yes, it did. Cool. Good to know. Grid we have to come back to. We have episode return, episode length. We need score, and we need perf. So perf is going to be radiant victory. And we'll do this as Towers Alive or whatever. And this is still Scython, I believe. So this is going to need to have perf and score added. Like so. No attribute perf, really? Oh, moron, you put it in the wrong one. Goes here. And now we can train MOBA. We know what that is. Let's comment this line. This should be good. This should be very good. It does annoy me that it takes so long to log, but it takes a while to finish the games, I believe. Yep. So here you are. That is win rate. This is Towers Alive. And then episode return not being anything is kind of awkward. We'll have to fix that. Confused how this does stuff. Aggregate and clear. How does this aggregated stuff do anything? Okay, well, this will be part of the binding change, I assume. We'll leave it like this for now. Don't want to spend too much time on any one env. Then neural MMO3, my favorite. Still has old. No, it has new logging. I already did that. Okay. So this needs float perf. So return episode length. Score is min.com.prof equals min.com.prof divided by. Is there a max level? Height. I guess we have tiers into levels. It should be levels. So we'll do float and levels like this. And we're not even really going to be able to see this do much of anything because it takes forever to train. Because it's hard. But we should at least be able to see our logs. And hopefully they're correct. Oh, lovely. We don't get agent steps now. So we want 2 M's. I should probably put a note. Change this for now because of its. I'm not seeing my logs. So I forgot to do this. Okay, so score shouldn't be 1. Oh no, it should be 1. Yeah, that's fine. Because min.com.prof is going to be 1. and this will be 0.025 this one. Okay, we're good with that. So that's neural MMO3. We already did Pong. RoboCode's not done. Rocket Lander's not done. Rware. Rware. This has return length. Load perf. Okay. So this will work, hopefully. There'll be something. And we also need to modify Python real quick. Yep. Okay, so perf will be perf should be already good, so that's bad. Interesting. Where did I decide to make score? Pick up shelf. Place agent. I just have to figure out where the delivery code is. What the heck is this? Spencer? Oh, there we are. Should be something like this, maybe. I actually think we will end up doing something with this end, because if we were to like jazz this up a little bit, we could probably make like a decent warehouse type simulator. Okay, so this is not logging the score correctly. There we are. Reasonable. Snake. What's our current on snake? So this just has return length and score. So we'll do, oh, I guess I haven't updated my snake. That, because Bet was going to do that. So we'll just do this one for now. So min of 150 and the score. I can actually just do over 150. Was it min 1? Was it 1.0? Then divide by 150.0. I could also just do like return over length or something, or score divide by length. That probably does something, right? Perf score. Almost done. A few more M's. I wonder if this starts going down over time because, like, Like, when the snakes get longer, do they just live for longer but not get any food? I don't know. We'll leave it like this for now, and I guess we'll find out, won't we? Good first approximation, at least. I would like it if it were a higher metric by default, but I guess this is fine. Snake. Did we do squared already? Apparently not. I could have sworn that I'd fix this. Maybe not, though. This also doesn't have perf. So we do float perf. Yeah, it's going to be the same as score. Reward is 1, right? Yeah, this has just got to be like a conditional. Oh, hold on. I'll be back in a few minutes. I gotta go check on something with the network.